Good morning. It's Friday, August 21st, and this week is very short as I share my 4-day crop tour, some photos, and discuss the corn crop and the Pro Farmer tour. I was out and about this week, and it sure felt good to be traveling again. Drop me a text if you are comfortable with my presence on your farm. I intend to start traveling regularly again and expect to shoot some farm videos as harvest begins. My crop tour took me from home at Platte City, Missouri, to Texoma in the Panhandles, north through western Kansas into southwest Nebraska, back to central Kansas and home this week. Funny that my crop tour didn't cross over any of the Pro Farmer tour. I viewed the poor and the ugly and heard the corn harvest is starting in Colorado. The dryland corn in western Kansas and southwest Nebraska is mostly poor to ugly, with a few exceptions as some spots caught the rain. Overall, well below average. One client in eastern Colorado has started chopping corn on his dryland acres for the feedlot, and there isn't much value to be had. Prosper Farms sent me these two photos a week apart from the same field in eastern Colorado, and they were beginning to swath and bale this corn this week. Reports from my friends in southeast Kansas are ugly as well. Corn yields are expected to be 40 to 70 bushels per acre. And yet, in central Kansas, the corridor is looking very good. In fact, you can see what I'm talking about in this photo that depicts the green biomass as a percentage from the normal. From north central Oklahoma to north central Kansas, the map represents a 40 to 60 bushel above normal biomass. Then look at Colorado. However, all the irrigated corn that I was in this week looked above average. Strenad Farms, a client and custom harvester, is in the Regent, North Dakota area cutting canola and tells me the yields are above average, but also has areas of devastating hail. If you've never been to West Texas during a storm or viewed a sunset, they can be the best, especially when one follows the other. These three photos came from Derek Grota Group at Groover, Texas. For those of us in the East, what's missing in these pictures? Finally, the Farm Journal Pro Farmer Crop Tour wrapped up yesterday with stops in Minnesota and Iowa. They will announce their national average estimate today. While our hearts go out to all those affected by the derecho damage last week, most people on the Pro Farmer Tour thought the deepening drought was a more significant yield issue than the derecho event in Iowa. These two areas do not overlap much with the bulk of the drought acres west of the wind event. Here's a great visual developed by Kevin Van Trump that compares this year's Pro Farmer estimate in Iowa versus the 2019 by crop region. Pro Farmer is calling it a 5 bushel reduction from last year. The only other state on their tour lower in the 2020 estimate than 2019 was Nebraska at about 4 bushels below 2019. All other tour states were significantly higher than 2019, with Illinois and Indiana up by 18 bushels per acre, Ohio by 12, and South Dakota and Minnesota by 25. Keep in mind these comparisons are not with the yearly average, but comparing to the 2019 tour. If you would like additional visuals by state, drop me a text. Next week, we'll find me at home working on some 2021 plans and wrapping up the 2020 paperwork season. But then I'm hitting the road to be on your farm. Let me know if that's appropriate for you. Until next week, thanks for your business and stay safe.